My name is Anna, and this video is about one of the evil sides of science. When humans misuse the science for evil purposes by either human manipulation or developing different sorts of weapons like atomic bomb, nuclear bomb, guns, and chemical weapons. So in this slide, I'm going to talk about the chemical weapons. Chemical weapons are any toxic chemical that can cause death or harm to humans, animals, or plants through its toxic properties. This little yellow photo here shows the chemical weapon symbol. This chemical can enter the human body by either inhalation, so the victim might, when they breathe, might get those chemicals into their nose, into respiratory tract, and then into the lung. Or they might be absorbed through the skin if they get in contact with the skin or even the sensitive skin of the eyes. Or they might be ingested in food or drink to enter through the mouth into the digestive system. Chemical weapon agents. The chemical weapons are categorized into four main agents according to their manufacture, their mechanism of toxicity, their clinical feature on exposure, or their treatments. These four main agents are the nerve agents, blister agents, blood agents, and choking agents. And as their name implies, each agent acts on a specific body part when they get exposed to it. So the first agents we've got is the blister agents, or it's known as vesicants as well. These chemicals enter the human body by either inhalation or absorption through the skin. So in case of exposure to these chemical agents, the victim will suffer of blistering or burning. And in case of if they get in contact with the eyes, they might cause blindness. The most known blister agents are the sulfur mustard or mustard gas, leukocytes, and nitrogen mustard. The most dangerous blister agent is the sulfur mustard or mustard gas. It's also known as a king gas of the war because it was extensively used during the wars, especially during World War One by Germany in 1917 and in World War II by Japan against China. And most recently, it was used by the Iraqi army against Iran and the Kurdish citizen in Halabja in 1980s. Our second agent is the nerve agent, and it's the most dangerous and deadly agent. It acts on the peripheral and central nervous system and prevent the nervous system from acting properly. They enter the human body by either inhalation or absorption through the skin. Nerve agents are classified into two different series, and each series contain different chemicals. So the G series, which contain tabun, sarin, and saman, and V series, which contain VE, VG, VM, and VX. And here in G series, we've got sarin, and in the V series, we've got VX, known as the most toxic agents. Nerve agents. So in case of exposure to the nerve agents, the victim will suffer from specific symptoms like suffocation, cramp, vomiting, salivation, urination, lacrimation, diaphoresis, diarrhea, vomiting, meiosis, and muscle spasms. These nerve agents were first used by Saddam Hussein again in Iraq against the Iranian army and the Kurdish citizen in 1980s when he used sarin and VX. Also, it was used mostly by the terrorists, like when they used it in Tokyo subway on 20th of March 1995 when they attacked the people in the subway by releasing the sarin gas. Now we put the blood agent, which into the body by inhalation and ingestion. So this agent, unlike the other two agents, doesn't enter the body by absorption through the skin. The main blood agents are hydrogen cyanides, HCN, cyanogen chloride, CNCI, and arsine. The blood agents act on the cellular level of the body to prevent the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and body cells. And in this case, of not getting enough oxygen into the body cells and brain, and getting rid of the carbon dioxide, so the human brain can stay for 4 to 6 minutes without oxygen, but after 6 minutes, it might lead to death. Blood agents was mostly used by the Nazi Germany in May 1942 when they released the blood agents of hydrogen cyanide and carbon monoxide against the Jews, Romani, Slavs, and homosexual and other victims in 1942. So lastly, we've got the choking agents. It's also known as pulmonary agents because it acts on the pulmonary system, and it can enter the body by one way because it enters to the pulmonary system, so it can enter by the inhalation. So during the breathing, it enters through the nose into respiratory tract and then into the lung. Most choking agents known are chlorine, Cl, chloropicrin, Ps, and phosgene, Cg. So in case of exposure to the choking agents, they cause irritation into the eyes, nose, and respiratory tract, which cause hardness of breathing. And when they reach the lungs, they will cause the air sacs in the lung to excrete fluid, which will lead to suffocation. The choking agents was mostly used by Germany when they released the chlorine gas from thousands of cylinders along 4 miles during World War One. Okay, so most of the soldiers in the army during the war use specific boots and clothes and also specific masks to protect themselves against these chemical components. But in case of exposure to these chemical substances without protection, there's few procedures that we need to follow, like avoid breathing the vapor of the chemical substances as much as we can so we can get out of the area that has these chemical substances in the air. Or also, we should remove all the clothing and avoid contact with eyes, nose, and mouth. And in this case, the best thing is to cut the clothes to avoid their contact with eyes and nose and mouth. Flush the irritated eyes with water. Wash skin with soap and water. And keep all contaminated items in a sealed plastic bag to guarantee that they don't get in contact with other person. And don't remove the clothing if they are stuck into the skin in case of blistering or burn. Okay, now we've got these chemical weapons related to two big ideas about science. The most related idea is the fourth idea. Application of science often have ethical, social, economical, and political implication, which is the impact of these chemical weapons on human, animals, plants, and either on the environment. The second idea related is the third, which is the knowledge produced by science is used in engineering and technologies to create products to serve human ends. But unfortunately, in this case, human has used the science for evil purposes, not for beneficial purposes, just to serve them to attack their enemy during war. Thanks for watching.